Yes, heading into the conference meet, I think it's very important to have some momentum, and certainly our performances over the last 2 weekends. First at the Husky Invite out in Washington and Seattle. We had a great meet out there. We brought 18 distance runners, and all 18 set PRs, and I don't think you can ask for more than that from a group of kids. And then this past weekend at Notre Dame, our women's distance medley relay team did all they needed to do, running 11:05 in the distance medley. A fantastic performance. It was billed as an NC2A qualifying race, and we went out and won that. And of course, the men came out and won, or actually got second. I'm sorry. Ran the third fastest distance medley time in collegiate history, second fastest on an oversight track, just to be pipped on the line. Jared Nagoose pipped Ollie Hoare. Ollie running at 3:54 miles. So a couple of great performances, but you need that type of momentum, obviously, heading into conference meet. This weekend, we're going to need our stars to show up. You don't score big points unless your stars show up. And certainly on the women's side, Alicia Monson, whatever we choose to, run her in, whether it's a mile, 3K, 5K, the expectation is the same. We put a lot of pressure, obviously, on Alicia to score points. A true freshman, Destiny Hooven, is ranked third in the conference right now in the 60-meter hurls. He's had a fantastic season. Josie Schaefer is doing real well in the shot put. She's fifth in the conference, seventh in the nation. Jordan Hirschberner in the pentathlon is sixth in the conference. And Race Albino in the pole vault. So we're going to need those women to show up this weekend and score some big points for us. But and then on the men's side, obviously Ollie Hoare, whether we're not sure yet. Again, just like Alicia, what we're going to run him in. Ollie could probably score in the mile, 3K, 5K. We may even use him on the distance medley relay team. Revelation of the season for us is Hudson Kugel from Oregon High School, or as we say in Wisconsin, I think it's Oregon High School. Hudson's ranked second in the conference, ran a fantastic leg for us, 1:47.6 this past weekend on the relay. Olin Hacker, third in the conference in the 3K. Rashid Koulibaly in the pole vaults, ranked fourth. George Kafari is sixth in the high jump. So, having those guys ranked very high in the conference, hopefully they're going to show up this weekend. But we also need a great supporting cast. You're not going to win just on those athletes that I mentioned. We're going to need the rest of the team to show up, and you win this meet on the 6, 7, and 8 place finishes.
Questions? Brian?
So how much can Ollie run on a weekend? I mean, could you put him in 3, 4 different events, or is that too much considering you still got the outdoors too?
Yeah, both for Ollie, Alicia, and a couple of other athletes on the team. Amy Davis is exhausted indoor eligibility. Alyssa Nigman, who were redshirting during the indoor season. We're looking ahead. The Olympic trials, certainly for the women. Ollie is certainly in contention for an Olympic spot on the Australian team. May go back to Australia to run in their Olympic trials at the end of March. So we have to be very careful. Last year, when we were maybe in contention for a top 2 or 3 spot at the national meet, we probably overran Ollie at that national meet. So, it's still early. We're kind of coming into March now, and we got to be very careful that we don't overdo it. So, at the conference level, yeah, he could probably run 2 or 3 races. It's just a matter of what does that do to him 2 weeks down the road for the national meet. That great DM, we got a shot at. He wants another shot at that at the national meet, and the guy that out-leaned him on Saturday, Jared Nagoose, great athlete, outdoor 1,500-meter champion. Ollie, enjoys racing him. He wants another shot at that. So you have to be conscious of the fact that, hey, Big Ten indoor, great meet. It's crazy. competitive, but we still have a long way to go if we're going to go all the way to June and even into July.
When are the U.S. Olympic trials?
The end of June. Last weekend in
June.
June, first couple of days in July.
But Australia's is in March?
Yeah, well, it's their summer.
Oh, true. Okay.
Yeah.
What can you, what more can Alicia Munson do? I mean, she's done, holy cow.
Her leg on Saturday, we got the baton probably 30, 35 meters back from Michigan, and, you know, great athlete, great miler from Michigan, and the way you could see Alicia thinking about what she had to do to close the gap and just ran a real smart race. And when you have that combination of obviously fantastic talent, but when you use your smarts with that, we always talk to our athletes about, you know, you can't just run on guts, you got to run with your brains. And she did an incredible job. We split her at 4:33. That's right now that would rank her right up there with the best in the nation over a mile. And she's not really trained for that. So, yeah, the sky's the limit, but again, just like Ollie, we've got to be very careful that we don't overcook it right now in February and leave her dead, you know, for later on in the year.
Anything else? Okay.
So you mentioned that Kugel was a surprise, but you recruit these kids thinking they might be able to do something. So did you expect this, though, early on?
Yeah, but like last year, Hudson kind of struggled a little bit. And, you know, I guess they just adopting to the whole college scene, the college, you know, how competitive our conference is. He struggled a little bit with that. But you could see, you know, every once in a while we got a good performance out of him. But this is another level. I mean, second in the conference. Our conference is, on the national level, one of the best conferences in the country. And he's just getting better week by week. It seems like every time he goes out there, he's taking confidence from the previous race. And, yeah, so hopefully we can have a great weekend with him. He's Saturday's performance in that distance medley relay, you could see him smiling at the end of it. He's going to hopefully just run with that now.
When you have all those pieces you're trying to put together of who do we run for this or put them, save them for later. Do you look at that analytically, looking at numbers of we could get these points here? How big of a picture do you look at when you have to decide all of that? Yeah,
you come over to the office right now, and we're sitting around a whiteboard, and you think you have it all set, and then a half hour later you come back, look at the whiteboard, and it's like, we need to move this one over here into this event. And it's like a chess game. We think we know what other coaches are going to do. When you get to the meet, then you're probably 50% right and 50% wrong. And they do the same with us. What are Wisconsin going to do with their distance runners, both on the men's side and on the women's side? And we just keep moving these chess pieces around, and the entries are due by tomorrow evening, and then it's Wednesday, the list will come out, and you'll go, you know, we got some of it right, we didn't get some right, and that's it. And once you hit that submit button, it's over. There's no changes, and yeah, there's our conference from 800 meters up, 800 mile, 3K, 5K on men's and women's side has just blown up. It's so competitive, and I would go out on a limb and say we're probably the best conference in the country. In terms of depth, yeah, SEC in terms of sprinting are better than us, probably jumping. But if you look at take the 800 through the 5K in the distance medley relays, yeah, we're very, very deep conference. So we're all trying not to beat each other up this weekend at the conference meet, but everybody wants to win the conference championship.